watch it work, seeds of joy in every row. Come on down, we'll show you how what's fresh and green is growing now. At Bob's Market, we've got it all, from garden dreams to greenhouse halls. Catch the buzz, catch the show, where the best of the season grows. Tomatoes ripe, peppers bright, tips for keeping blooms in sight. Let's make your backyard glow. Tools and plants, advice for free. Bob's is where you want to be. At Bob's Market, we've got it all, from garden dreams to greenhouse halls. Catch the buzz, catch the show, where the best of the season grows.
Hi, John Morgan here, and welcome to this week's episode of Bob's Live, our weekly show right here on the internet. And well, this week, I just got back from Cultivate26. So it is a big annual trade show and conference out in Columbus, Ohio, that brings people in from all over the US and really all over the world. It is the largest horticultural trade show in the US. And this year, I was really busy at Cultivate. I got out there on Friday, and from Saturday morning all the way through to literally the end of the show on Tuesday, I was doing activities. And yeah, I'd hoped to do a lot of video and photos, but my schedule was so jam-packed full that I really didn't have a lot of time to shoot video. So I put together some quick little snippets of video just to give you an idea of what the show looks like. Unfortunately, some of the stuff that I covered live from the show got rained out. So normally I do the trial gardens live. We go over to Ohio State University to the trial gardens. I got on the tour bus to go over there. Right as we pulled into the parking lot, a huge downpour hit. And I mean, it was a storm fit for Noah. Like, it was kind of sprinkling when we pulled out of the convention center, but there was just no way that I was going to get off that bus because I had my bag with me that had, like, electronics in it, my notebooks, things like that I definitely didn't want to get wet. And so the best that I got was a little bit of video from the bus window. So unfortunately, I wasn't able to go live and walk through the gardens and show you some of the trial varieties of new plants that you might see coming to garden centers like Bob's Market in the next few years. I did, however, get to go live briefly on Instagram, so you can head over to Instagram and check out that live video from the new varieties area within the trade show. And I also shared a gallery there of 10 photos, and it's also on Facebook, of some of the new varieties. So there's hundreds of new varieties. There was a huge display, so I picked out kind of 10 that stood out to me that I shared. So you could check that out there. But here is just a quick kind of overview of some of the stuff from Cultivate this year. So that was some of the highlights from the trip. And yeah, there was some things that really stood out. Oh, just bumped the mic there. Um, on the last day, yeah, I also went live on Facebook from the Franklin Park Conservatory. And also, they're doing a major renovation project at the conservatory right now. So, the Palm House, which is the oldest part of the conservatory, they're renovating it. It's well over 100 years old. It was built like in like the 1890s, I think. Um, but they're in the process of renovating it and like reglazing the glass and really doing some work on it. Uh, but yeah, I did like a quick walk through it on, I believe it's on Facebook, so you can still jump on and check it out. I think that Facebook video deletes after 30 days. Um, so if you've never been to the Franklin Park Conservatory, I recommend checking it out. Something I would like to do sometime is maybe set up like a Bob's Market bus tour or something out to there. So that's something I've kind of had cooking in my brain for a while. So maybe a future goal as to do little trips like that. Some other things that caught my attention while I was out there. We'll get back to that photo in a second. At the conservatory right now, if you want to drive out and check it out, they have a giant corpse flower that when I was there, it was just on the verge of blooming. So these are very rare in the wild. There's very few specimens of them left in the wild. Most of them only exist in conservatories. And they have one that was getting ready to bloom. And ironically, I was just out in California, in San Francisco, and I visited their conservatory, and they had one that was just on the verge of blooming out there. And I just have really bad timing, I guess, because just missed them both by just that much. um, but yeah, so if you're out in the Columbus area or you're going to be traveling out there, stop by the conservatory and check out their giant corpse flower. Um, they have like it takes them 10 years to bloom. When they bloom, the bloom opens up just over the course of a matter of hours, and then that stalk in the middle, it just shoots up like just over the course of a matter of hours, sometimes a couple days, and they can sometimes get super tall. I've seen conservatories before where it gets so tall that they like have to take out a pane of glass because it extends all the way up through the roof of the greenhouse. Um, Also, at Cultivate this year, I did something really interesting. Um, I work with an organization called Seed Your Future. So here at Bob's, I do a lot of facility tours. So we bring in a lot of high school groups and a lot of elementary schools and college groups for tours here at Bob's. And our goal is to get kids interested in horticulture and ultimately get get students into horticulture careers because this is a great industry to join. And it's not just getting your hands dirty and growing plants. There's a whole myriad of career options. Like me, for example, I work in IT. I do a little bit on the marketing side. So, like talking to the camera right now. um, but out at Cultivate, there's folks that are manufacturing the equipment that we use, the inputs that we use here at Bob. So, like our soil suppliers. Um, I talk to folks that supply a bunch of the different materials that we use and equipment and different things like that. And our goal is at Seed Your Future is to introduce students to all of those different career options and say, you know, horticulture is more than just plants. You know, there's a lot more to the horticulture industry. So, something that I did on the last day of Cultivate this year is we did tours of the trade show for college and high school students. So I was a tour group leader for a group, and I had a group of students. Most of my students were from Columbus State Community College, which literally is like 5 or 10 minutes from the convention center. So they actually parked at the college and like walked over to the convention center. Um, and all of them are landscape design students. And it was really interesting to walk around with them and take a tour of the convention center. And I was just blown away by the questions that they were asking. Usually, when I do a tour here at Bob's, I'm the one doing most of the talking and taking the students around and showing them different things. And usually I have to kind of move the conversation along and ask questions and get the students to engage and ask me questions. These students, they were really engaged, and they were asking the folks at the booth a lot of really great questions. And I just know that I'm going to be seeing these students on the trade show floor in the future as peers. And, it just kind of energized me to see like the next generation, like, you know, um, like the next generation of horticulturists, uh, kind of already making connections in our industry. So um, I think it was a great event. This was the first year that we had done something like this, and I think it's going to be something great going forward. So yeah, so that was my experience at Cultivate this year, and you can head over to our blog. So over at bobsmarket.com, I did a live blog. So every day at Cultivate, I kind of summed up every day from my perspective, and you can check that out. So I've got a little picture and a little write up for every day. And yeah, if you want to learn more, you can check it out there. Let's take a look now at the weather. And it is blooming hot outside. Right now, I've got 91 degrees according to the weather on our website. So if you head over to bobsmarket.com, under the More section, we have the Weather Center. And right now, also in our area, oh, of course, we've got the VIP Club that just popped up here on our website. You can sign up for the VIP Club. That's our weekly, our newsletter. And also now you can sign up for text alerts. So sales, different things like that. And also frost advisories will send out by text. But also, right now there is a weather alert, and that is for heat. So there is like a heat advisory out right now for much of the area. And right now it's dry out, but this weekend we are going to be having some stormy weather. And I was listening to the weather forecast this morning. It looks like the storms are going to be heading in kind of tomorrow evening into Saturday. And then it looks like it's going to be clearing up on Sunday into Monday. And then kind of cooling off a little bit on Sunday also. And also, if you want a more up to date weather forecast, I know Thursday we're a few days out from the weekend. You can also check out a forecast on our podcast, the Keep Growing podcast, where I cover like all the gardening tasks for the week ahead and all of that great information for timely gardening advice. So that comes out every Saturday morning. And finally, before I go, I am getting ready to put up on our website a contest. So last year in early July, we had a Garden of the Year contest. And I haven't forgot about it. It was just the way my schedule worked out this year. We're going to be running it starting today. So I'm going to be having the page. It's going to go live later today. And entries are going to be due by the 25th. So that is, let's see, not this Saturday, the next Saturday. So entries are going to be due on the 25th of July. And then I'll be announcing the winner on the episode of Bob's Live on July 30th. So we'll find out who won Garden of the Year on July 30th. So it's easy to enter. You just need to share your name, address, phone number, like some basic contact information, and then there'll be a spot where you can upload a photo. And I'm going to have that form up on the website here a little bit later this afternoon. So I've got to go in and build the page here in a second and get it live on the website. So keep an eye out for that. And I'll post it on our Facebook and all over our social media once I get it up and running. And, well, you have that to look forward to. So, Garden of the Year. Yeah, so go combing through your photos, look for your best photo, and make sure you upload it through our website. And well, that is all that I have for this week. So until next time, keep growing.
At Bob's Market, we've got it all, from garden dreams to greenhouse halls. Catch the buzz, catch the show, where the best of the season grows.